So, welcome. Before we get started, I'd like to, in the spirit of reconciliation, acknowledge the traditional custodians of country throughout Australia and their connections to land, sea, and community. We pay our respects to elders past and present and extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people watching or joining this webinar today. My name's Bree, and I'm joining today from the lands of the Marlmarang people on Yuin Nation. I do encourage you to share what lands you're joining from in the chat if you know. But welcome to today's Supported Playgroups webinar. I'm really delighted you've joined us to learn more about these valuable community resources designed for families of children with disability, developmental delay, autism, rare and genetic conditions, medical needs. And I'm really excited to have Lauren from Playgroups New South Wales sharing her expertise about supported playgroups. You know, what they are, how they work, and most importantly, how you can benefit and so can your child. Lauren brings a wealth of experience as a program lead of supported playgroups, with her background spanning speech pathology, education, and community services. Lauren's going to walk us through everything you need to know about supported playgroups, from their unique structure, the facilitation approach, to practical information about actually finding and accessing groups in your area. After her presentation, we will open it up for questions, so feel free to, as I said, pop them in the chat, use the Q&A box, and hopefully we can get to them at the end of the session. But thank you, Lauren, for being here, and I'm just going to hand it straight over to you because no one wants to hear me. We want to hear from you.
Great. Thanks, Bree. And thank you, everyone. I'm glad to be here today. And I'm here on the lands of the Gadigal people in the Sydney city at the moment. I'm Lauren. I am the program lead of supported playgroups at Playgroup New South Wales. And today, as Bree's already said, I really just want to talk to you about supported playgroups. So what they are, how they work, the benefits, and how you can get involved if you're interested. So just a little bit first about Playgroup New South Wales. So we've been around for over 50 years, and it all really started with our community playgroups. So they're playgroups that are run by volunteers within the community for the local community. But over time, the benefits of playgroups really became clear, and then that's when we started looking at supported playgroups and established those across quite a range of programs here, and that's across Australia as well as New South Wales. So here at Playgroup New South Wales, we offer both peer support programs and supported playgroups, and they all target different families with different needs and different areas that they need to be supported in. But overall, they share the same purpose, and that is to meet families where they're at and provide them with the support that they need to reach their goals. So our peer support program that we run is My Time, which is a national program, and it is designed for parents of children 0 to 18 years old who have disabilities. But we're here today to talk about our supported playgroups. So we currently run 4 different supported playgroups. Play Connect Plus is one of those, and it supports children 0 to 8 years with developmental delays or developmental concerns. We've got Play Strong, which supports children to have a soft entry point into childcare and an opportunity to engage in evidence-based learning activities that are based on the early years learning framework. And this can also provide that opportunity for families that couldn't otherwise afford to attend childcare to be a part of that program and those learning opportunities for their children. We also run a program called Play and Learn Supported, or PALS, which is supporting children of all abilities to connect with their local community activity groups. So art, culture, sport, recreation group, and really improving the inclusion of those groups and the program that we run. And then we also run our Sutherland supported playgroups, which supports families who are experiencing hardship or are vulnerable for one reason or another. And it's about connecting those families to each other and to local community supports. So as you can see, we've got a few different programs that all target different family groups or for different reasons, but they all are similar in one way or another. So I'm going to go through some of those similarities about our supported groups. So they are all facilitator-led and they are a structured playgroup. So this means that the facilitators plan activities based on children's needs, their developmental needs, their interests, their age, and any key topics that they might have for the session that they would like the families to focus on. There is also that structure to the session. So it generally includes a playtime, some morning tea, and a group time. All of our supported playgroups offer opportunities for carers or parents to learn about their child's development and how they can support their child at home and in their community. So this is to really help families improve their own skills and their capacity to support their child on a daily basis. And that's a really big focus of a lot of our playgroups. They also provide the opportunity for carers and parents to make connections. So that might be connecting with other families, with other children, and having children making those early friendships. And it can also be about connecting to local community support services. In some services, we organise guest speakers to come in from the community to provide information about their service or advice to families. So all of those and other services that we would offer would be information sheets, referrals, and links to different supports that are available within their community. So all of these playgroups are funded by different bodies, and that actually means that there's no cost to families that come along. So, but there are then some requirements or requests that we might make from each of those individual groups, just to ensure that we are offering a quality service. So we do get some requests for some evaluation or some surveys to be completed by families, just to make sure that we're meeting our funding obligations, but also providing a really good support for you. Okay, so why would families want to attend a supported playgroup? So evidence shows that positive experiences and opportunities in the early years are essential in supporting age-appropriate development and positive lifelong outcomes for children. And supported playgroups are one place where we can help to foster this positive environment for children and support children to then have even more positive environments outside of that by increasing their skill set and also the parent's capacity to support their child. So there's evidence that playgroups improve child developmental outcomes, improve carer and parent mental health and well-being, and improve carer and parent capacity to understand their child's development and to support their child. So supported playgroups in particular, as I've already alluded to, they provide information and support by an experienced facilitator. Many of our facilitators are educators who have experience in early education, child development, and are able to offer that support. We also do have some that have community services backgrounds and experience in other areas. So they're there to answer your questions and to lead you towards appropriate services that might be able to help you, your child, or your family. They also can provide an opportunity for you to learn about your child and learn about play. So it gives you exposure to different play situations or opportunities that you might not otherwise have experienced or your child wouldn't have had access to. And it can really help you to find things that your child loves and wants to play with, their strengths and their interests. We often have families who'll go, didn't know my child really enjoyed playing with that. And when I saw them playing with it and getting so much joy out of it, I've actually been able to source that for myself, or, I've been able to borrow that from a friend, or purchase that depending on their situation. So, that's been a really nice feedback as well. Supported playgroups also offer that opportunity for your child to develop their social skills and make friends, but in a really safe and supported way. They can help to reduce feelings of isolation for families, and they can give you the opportunity to be supported and surrounded by other people who are in a similar situation to you. So there's those connections that you can make, and that peer group that you can develop, as well as making those connections within the local community. They can also be a soft entry point to other services or supports. So it might be a soft entry point into preschool or daycare for a child who might not have been cared for by someone other than their parent, or exposed to a larger group of children. It might be a soft entry point into some support services that are in your area, that you might not have known about or been comfortable approaching on your own. And then with that, your involvement in the supported playgroup can really be as long or as short as you need, depending on what you need, and what your child needs. So we do have some families who will attend for quite a while because they're getting so much out of the group and they're benefiting from it, whereas other families might come for a short period of time, get the links and supports that they need, and then they're able to move on to other community-based playgroups or other activities for their child. So in short, supported playgroups can support you to meet your goals for yourself and your child and your family in what we hope is a friendly and caring environment. So don't take my word for it. I've got a little video here about one of the families that attends two of our groups, actually. So they attend a Play Connect Plus group and a My Time peer support group. And I'll just play this video so you can hear their story and their experience about being a part of supported playgroups.
My name's Taylor. I'm a first-time mum to Vin, who's 3 years old. I noticed that there was some signs when he was about 1.5. He started regressing in his speech. He was regressing in his gestures, his waving, his clapping. He eventually got diagnosed with autism level 3. Level 3 because he is non-verbal. What made me decide to take the leap to join Playgroup was that I wanted to take Vin to a place where he would be understood, a place where they would cater to his needs and get to actually know him as a person and his likes and dislikes.
Play Connect Plus is a playgroup, but it's a supported playgroup for children who are living with disabilities or have a developmental concern or behavioural concerns. So we look at what skills that the child already has and we look to develop those skills further through their interests. I aim to provide a really solid structure where there's a high level of predictability and interest-based learning activities set out so that the children instantly feel comfortable when they come here. And when they are feeling safe and everything is very predictable and they're having a good time, it actually enables them to learn.
Yeah, that was good talking. Oh, they all fall down.
All of the parents here know that Vin is non-verbal, so anything to do with speech or anything is a big deal. So I was sitting next to Vin and he was reading through a book and it had a picture of a duck on there, and there was another parent next to us and he had pointed to the duck and said, "Duck." The parent saw and she said, "Oh, good job, Vin, duck." And she started clapping for him and getting so excited that he said duck. It might be something little to other people, but to us here, it means the world. And everyone knows here that it means the world to us.
When Vin first came to Play Connect, not engaged with anybody except his parents. And very, very slowly over time, because of that high level of predictability in our routine, he's actually felt comfortable moving from activity to activity. Vin has not yet been speaking, and today I heard language. And that is a huge milestone for Vin, and I'm very, very proud. And his parents have worked extremely hard to be able to get him to that place where he's now being able to express his needs verbally.
Vin responds to the playgroup environment really well. He comes here, he's excited, he's really comfortable, and it's been made like that because they've gotten to know Vin on a deeper level. They know his likes, dislikes, and they set out activities for Vin that caters to his likes, which will help him thrive in the long run. So we've been attending My Time for about 1.5 years, the same as Play Connect Plus. My Time helped with my mental and emotional well-being as a mum by giving me the proper support that I need. Whenever I come here, there's always like listening ears, shoulder to lean on, anything like that.
If we don't look after ourselves, then there is no way we can look after our children. And when parents and carers have children with disabilities or developmental concerns, that is an extra load on parenting. And what My Time does is allows those parents to have a space where they can think about themselves for an hour a week, where they can check with themselves about how they're feeling and what they need. And what happens naturally through that process is that the parents bond together, they talk about their experiences, and those things are really stressful, and often them just talking about their experiences and having a safe place to do that lightens the load.
The most rewarding part of being involved in Playgroup is just the family atmosphere. It's really welcoming here. Everyone listens to you. If you need a shoulder to lean on, they're there, because they're in the same boat as you. They know what's going on because they're living it as well.
I hope you enjoyed that. It's a beautiful story, but also a really nice insight into the supports that can be offered at our supported playgroup, and a little bit of a picture of what they look like. Let's get this moving on. Nope, there we go. What you might be able to what you might expect when you go to a supported playgroup. Many of the supported playgroups will actually allow you to trial before you register, so it gives you an opportunity to go along, meet the group, see what it looks like, and ensure that it's going to meet your needs before you commit to attending on a weekly basis. When you arrive, you're likely to be greeted by the facilitator. They would have set up loads of activities for the children that would be age appropriate, based on children's interests, their goals, or, as I said before, sometimes an intended theme for that session. There'll be opportunity for your child to play, to connect with others, and that might be with or without the support of the facilitator, or yourself, depending on your child and how comfortable they are moving away from you at that point. It'll also give you an opportunity to connect with other parents and ask the educators or the facilitators questions about the group and how the program runs. Depending on the group, there might be a topic that they're focusing on, and then that might be discussed either throughout the playtime or throughout the group session later on. After playtime, there's generally a chance for morning tea. Most of the groups will continue to offer some quiet activities for children to play with if they don't want to engage in the morning tea, or they're not able to sit for that period of time. There will still be things for your child to do, so they can come and go as meets their needs. And then morning tea is generally followed by a group time. So that involves books, songs, movement activities, and obviously we encourage children to participate in that, but if your child's not ready or not able at that point, they would be able to come and go from the quiet activities that would be on offer as well. Yeah, and again, depending on the group, sometimes they might actually send out some information as well. So many of our groups have a group email that they will provide information about whatever topic was was happening, or if you've had a conversation with a facilitator about something in particular you'd like more information on, then they will share that with you after the session as well. Okay, so how do you get involved? So hopefully you're interested to get involved and be a part of some of our supported play groups. And so you're able to find play groups available near you on the Playgroup New South Wales website. I'll show you in a second. I'll actually go into the website and show you through that. So we'll do that, and hopefully that will help. There is also a QR code on the screen at the moment, which gives you an opportunity to complete an expression of interest form, which will then come to the coordinators and myself at head office, and we'll give you a call to have a talk through your support needs and what might suit you and your child. Another thing that I haven't mentioned, which I will throw in here, is that there are also online-based groups for some of these. So My Time has I believe My Time has online sessions, and Play Connect Plus also has online sessions. So if you're not able to get to a group because they're not near you, or your child has challenges with leaving the house for various health or behavioural issues, then you would be able to still connect with a play group from the safety of your own home via one of those online sessions. So give me a second to sort this out, and I'm going to stop sharing for a moment.
While you're sorting it out, I will say that Alongside Families are pleased to say that we do deliver the virtual My Time. So if anyone is looking for virtual My Time, I'll ensure to include the link. And while you're finding that too, Lauren, I will just mention to anyone that is watching that isn't based in New South Wales, Lauren and I were discussing this before we came on, that there is a playgroup organisation in every state and territory. Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah, so you can connect with your local state-based playgroup organisation and have a look on their website to find supported playgroups also.
Yeah. And there is also Playgroup Australia, which is the overarching body for some of the state-based playgroups as well. So this is the Playgroup New South Wales website, and it's reasonably easy to navigate. You'll find here just on the front page, you can find a playgroup or parent support group near you. If you type in your suburb or your postcode and hit the search button, it will take you to our map version, where you can zoom in on the map if you'd like, but you can also then see the listings below on those groups. It will show you what's available, what day of the week they're on, what time they're on, and once you've found one you're interested in, you can click on that to get more detail or to send an inquiry directly to that group. You will see, sorry if that popped up, you will see over on the side there are some filters. You are welcome to use these, but we do find sometimes things can get a little bit missed occasionally in the filters. So you might be better off just to search in your postcode. You could change the kilometres distance if you're coming up with a large number of groups, just to narrow down the groups that are available in your area. The other options and ways that you can contact us is following our contact page up here. You can contact us via, send us a message directly through completing those, completing this form here. Our email is here, which you can click on, and that will go straight to our administrative staff, and our phone number's there as well if you need to get in touch. We also have, just for your knowledge, a parent resource hub, which has play activity ideas, articles, fact sheets, and webinars. And you can also, I guess, become a member with Playgroup New South Wales as well, and through clicking that link and completing the form, and that will give you you'll be sent out information about any upcoming events and things that are happening for Playgroup New South Wales. All right, that is the main things that I was going to share. I'll stop sharing now. And yeah, if there's any questions.
I do have a couple. I do have a couple, but I also just wanted to I just wanted to also say to anyone that might be watching that, you know, if you do go onto the Playgroups New South Wales website and there isn't a supported playgroup through Playgroups New South Wales, that's not to say that there are other organisations as well that have funding to deliver supported playgroups. And we were talking about, how do we find them? Is there like this website that you go to and it lists all of the supported playgroups around Australia? But unfortunately, there's not. So Lauren just introduced me to Ask Izzy. That was great. I went into Ask Izzy, and I will share the link in the chat, but I was able to put in, find a supported playgroup. I put in my postcode because unfortunately Playgroups New South Wales don't deliver one where I live, but there is actually another organisation in my area. So if you do go to Playgroups New South Wales and unfortunately there's not one close enough to you, there are other options to find one through other organisations. I did have a couple of questions just around, is there an eligibility criteria to attend a supported playgroups?
Some yes, some no. So it just really depends on the particular group. And that's why if you do contact us or send an inquiry, we'll be able to discuss that with you. The eligibility criteria will depending on the group and their funding requirements. So Play Connect Plus it is ideally families that have a concern about their child's development, so they don't have to have a disability, but the parent can be concerned about one or more aspects of their development. Sutherland Supported, they need to have some form of a vulnerability, so that might just be that they're isolated, there might be financial constraints, disability, mental health, domestic violence, those sorts of things. Play Strong, I believe, is that you're not currently involved in childcare, and that this will be your way to move towards that, or an opportunity to experience that. So yeah, it just depends on the group. But
yeah. And I guess the other question is around, you know, is there actually a waiting list to get involved? I mean, like, we're so used to waiting lists for services, support, NDIS.
Yeah.
We wait. Is it something that, you know, if someone contacts you guys tomorrow, that they could be attending a supported playgroup next week?
In some cases, definitely they could be attending next week. It will depend on the group. Some are limited by the size of the venue or the complexity of the children that attend, and they might have a limited number, but they're often not. I would say it depends, but there's often capacity to open that up to new families. Again, that's where, you know, if it's a group that we're running, please reach out and we'll happily have that conversation with you and let you know, whether there is or not a wait list, and then if so, what that time frame might be.
Yeah. Are any ever run on the weekends or in school holidays?
We're actually looking to do some weekends. So there is a My Time that's just opened up. It is in the Sutherland Shire, so I understand that's not for everyone, but that's on a Saturday. Some of our groups do have funding to run also through the school holidays, and they'll run holiday programs. And yeah, we're also looking to extend some of our My Time groups and other groups to also run during the school holidays. So again, case by case basis, but there are opportunities for some of those groups to continue outside of the 9 to 5, Monday to Friday.
Amazing. And can you bring the siblings along, or is it just for the child that has the developmental concern?
In most cases, yes, siblings are very welcome. They can come along.
Okay, awesome. I'm just having a look. I love that you mentioned that there are some virtual supports. Obviously, we do have a lot of families that join from regional and rural communities that, you know, they might live 100 kilometers from their closest playgroup. I think that's pretty much summed it all up. There hasn't been any other questions in the chat. So Hopefully people are out there now looking at their website or doing a Google search for a supported playgroup for them. But thank you so much for that overview of supported playgroups. I actually love that video. I think I teared up a little bit. It was such a nice story, but it's clear that these programs offer valuable support for both children with disability and their families during those really crucial early years. I will include in the resource email how to contact Playgroups New South Wales directly to find their supported playgroups, and I will also include the Ask Izzy link. So, you know, if you don't fall into the playgroups area of service, that you might be able to find someone else close to you. We really appreciate everyone who's joined, and thanks for those couple of questions through the Q&A box. If you do have any follow-up questions after today's session, please don't hesitate to reach out. From Alongside Families, we encourage you to stay connected with us. Follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram. We're at Alongside Families. Subscribe to our newsletter for regular updates. We've got some really exciting events always coming up. Mind you, it is the end of term, which Lauren and I were discussing before we came here. We're ready for that school holiday break. So we do take a short break over the school holidays. So really important that you stay signed up to our newsletter. So when we're back with all our events from the new term, that you can jump on. Yes, thank you, Lauren. Thank you, everyone who attended. And we look forward to seeing you at future Alongside events. And I hope everyone has a wonderful day.
Thanks for having me, Bree.
Thanks, Lauren.
Have a great day.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.